Alright, so I have it plugged in. All it has to do is power up. We want to see the lights. So let's see what it does. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm this guy, and this is my wife Jessica. And together we make up Retro Ventures.
Hi, this guy. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. So you read the title correctly. Spent $48 at Goodwill and made over $700. But also,
There's that favorite word.
Because guys, let's face it, you're not here because of me. She got Legos.
Yeah. Guilty.
Welcome back to the Retro Ventures channel, and I am bringing to you something that is very exciting to me, where you find something, you don't know how much it's worth, but you know it's worth something more than what you paid for. And when I saw these units, we're talking about a Yamaha stack. You got a AM/FM stereo tuner, digital sound field processor, and a stereo control amplifier with remote. This was right there next to it, a Yamaha MX-70 mono aural power amplifier. I picked up all four of these units for about 48 bucks. $9.49, $12.49, $24.49, $14.49, 20% off of that, brought it down to about 48 bucks. And we're going to find out if it works. Very clean. What I noticed right off the bat, Yamaha on all three. They all matched, and no scratches, no scratches, no scratches on any of the plastic readout. No scratches on the top, no scratches on the top, no scratches on the top, no scratches anywhere. Excellent pristine condition for an older vintage type stack. Not to mention Yamaha is something you don't see very often, but very rarely do you see people just coughing up Yamaha at Goodwill. So let's see how much this is worth. So I did some free digging. So this is a CX2000. I typed in CX2000, and there's a CX1000 with the Yamaha CX2000 in a listing. As of right now, it has 16 bids. Let's see if I can show this to you. Put this on the screen. I'm sure I'll do something better in the future. But as you can see, it has 16 bids with 3 days left. It also has $106 shipping attached to this. The unit in here is I think it says 100 volt, 35 watts. This unit here is going to be a 45 watt, 120 volt unit. So it's a step up. It is the same unit, but just a different variant because of the cabinet. It has wood grain on the side. But already, just for the amplifier, we're in the money. I cannot find this one on eBay as of right now. This is the closest one I could find. They're very similar, other than this does not have wood grain. Let's check out the DSP 100U, see how much that goes for, and then we're going to check out the TX530, which is just basic, your standard AM/FM stereo tuner. The important thing is, do they power on? The looks, very hard to match if you're always going for a certain brand. I did pull this one out to make sure it was what it was in the box, so let's pull this out real quick just to show you. So, it comes with the paperwork, Yamaha. So I'm not even sure this was even used. It still has the styrofoam packaging, still in the original bag. And yeah, it is basically the same look, same design as what you have here. This is something that you got if you had a lot of money and were really into sound. I haven't looked up any of it except for this right here. The biggest piece was $24.49, so we're already looking to probably get $250 or more, minimum $250 for this. I will try to sell this as a set, so I might have separate listings, and it's something I'm going to have to figure out. My first thing that I would go for, and what I am going to do, is I'm going to do a Facebook Marketplace and an offer up. So it's a local pickup first for a couple, 3 weeks. Get the price and see if somebody will pick it up, drive out, do cash. These are vintage, as I understand. I don't know what the exact year is. Oh wait, I tell you what. Hi-Fi Sales, Mesa, Arizona. It was bought It was bought 6/26/1991. These are from the early 90s. Oh my God. So he paid $158 for this unit back in 1991. $10.27 tax, so $168. He got some kind of trade-in value, it looks like right here, for $100. So he walked out the door, $68.27. So if he bought this the same time as this, early 90s. Alright, so here is the mono-aural power amplifier out of box. I did notice it was used, so I used this. It was dusty, and then it was put right back into here when he was done using it. Alright, so I did some math. The amp, and it has this little tray that comes down here. Very clean. All the knobs are still there. That's what you want to look for on vintage electronics, is make sure all the knobs are there. I'm seeing a lot of these in just black, which is like the standard basic models. This is probably a step up. It was like in the wattage, the voltage. So I'm going to say also the aesthetic of it is probably a step up. So I can't find any of these in this color. But based on, for example, the TX530, which is just a tuner, AM/FM stereo tuner, the black one of these goes for $100. So I'm going to ask, obviously, since it's together, $125 to $150. The DSP-100U, again in black, $100. Again, I couldn't find a silver one of these, just one in black. This power amp goes for about $120 to $150, about $100, but I'm going to ask for $120 to $150 because I have the box, the manuals, all the documentation. But the grand total, if everything on the low end, $550, $650, $750, as long as these four things, or these four things power up, I'm going to hope to get $400 or $750 out of a $48 purchase. And that's a really good day. Take a look at those units in close up. Yeah, so just based on condition, you can just tell how there's no scratches. There's no scratches. No scratches. Super clean. Whoever used this took really good care of it. So when you see a condition of a unit like this, you just know right away it's something you pick up. Like once I saw these, I actually took them off the shelf and then just put them on the floor, stacked them up together, and there was an empty cart nearby, so I just grabbed it and threw all that stuff in there. We'll turn it around so you can take a look and see what's on the back. These cords are what plug into each other. You don't plug it into itself, but you plug it into here, and that's how you connect them, as long as you plug them in the right way. So it would go like that, and then this would go like this. Has a remote headphone jack. So when I saw all of these inputs and outputs, you got VCR 1, VCR 2, tape 2, tape 1, tuner, CD, tape 3, output, monitor out. Obviously these are going to be what's going to be missing. I do have this cord here, I just don't have it plugged in. So I'll be able to power that one on. But that is a lot of money for 1991. Alright, power's up. VCR 2 lights up. I don't know if you can see that. So far so good. There's got to be like a, I don't know what the secret is to this, but it pulls down. Video off, video on. So it's on VCR 2 input selector. We want to see if the input selector changes. VCR 1, it's working. Source direct on and off, that turns on. Mute turns on. There's where the phones go. Bass, treble, balance. So far it powers on, looks great, I love it. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to test the remote control. One of those awesome days where you just find something on the shelf, you look at the price and you just know there's going to be a great deal more value to these items, and you don't need your phone, you just need to put it in your cart and make sure you get it home without damaging it, because there is not a scratch on it until I put one tiny scratch on the other piece on the tops. All right, so here's the remote. Put some batteries in it. Yamaha remote control DSP 100. The remote control does not have a power on and off. Basically wanting you to push this button, and with these kind of buttons, remote control isn't going to, you know, magically press that button in. So I did test this and it does work. So watch this. So here we go. We're going to go up with the volume with the remote control. We're going to go down with the volume with the remote control. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, vintage electronics can be a moneymaker. I keep my eye open.
Because I've learned so much from you, I got paid in electronics today.
Yeah, that's right. Would you like to explain how?
I'm helping a client sell her home, and she had a CRTV, a TV that is a...
I'll be your lovely Vanna.
Oh, thank you, Vanna. And
that fits in the screen very well. But very quickly, anytime you see a built-in VHS player with a 13-inch TV,
she's moving and not taking it with her, so...
Let's just skip to the bullet points. They're highly collectible simply because A, you can hook in your video game systems, Nintendo 64s,
Yes.
Super Nintendos, easy to go.
See, all
plug
these
and
things
play.
I learned from him.
And you got a VHS player, so you can put in your favorite tapes, your favorite family tapes from 1986, Christmas morning, all that fun stuff.
And they are making a resurgence in women's kitchens right now. All over social media, women are putting them in their kitchens and playing old VHS.
Which also brings us to the breadwinner of eBay, your VHS players, your VCRs. Anytime I can find a clean VCR, I'm going to test it at the store. I'm not going to waste my time. And I'm also only picking up units that I actually have remotes for, because you buy remotes separate from the units. You have to keep your eyes open for those remotes.
Very rarely will they tape the remote to the unit.
It's like a
very
2%
rare.
chance, 2%
Very rare
chance that you get a remote with an actual unit. Even if it comes with the unit, they will separate it out and put the remote
in the remote box.
in a remote box for an additional $2 or $3, $4, and you have to pay twice for basically what comes with this. I've sold every VCR I've ever listed. I don't even put them on eBay anymore. I simply just put them on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp, and I just wait because I don't even have to ship these anymore. If this takes a long time for local, I can always put it on eBay.
But it doesn't really. It goes locally very quickly.
As for receivers, sometimes you can find some good ones. So Pioneer. So 2 Pioneers, right? So one way you can look really quick is in the back here. You see the stems there versus the click. More power, less power. More power, less power. 600 watt. I think this is like 250. It's got HDMI though. This routinely sells for about $100, so I think I'm gonna pick it up for $17.49. Here are the bullet points for receivers, guys. You want to look for silver. You want to look for brushed nickel. You want to look for wood grain. You want to look for companies that aren't just Sony. If you don't recognize the name, look it up.
Pioneer, that one.
Pioneer's a good one
You
too.
just
Yeah,
pick
so
that
I
up.
just picked up a Pioneer. But before I take this home, I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna make sure at least it turns on. I can hear it clicking. Now you want to turn the volume up. Make sure the fan is working. The fan is working. So I'm probably going to take this off and just clean it. Alright, so that was a good little score. This thing was 50% off, so I got it for $8. Just sold comps on eBay for $100, so I'll clean it up. But just put it on Facebook Marketplace and put $100 on it, and I've basically sold every electronic I've ever put on there. Picked up a Peter Pan Disney store with tags and $20 Mary Shelley Frankenstein book, and then some more DVDs to go into the collection, 80s and special editions. All right, so the job's not over. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws you're just gonna pull off, and then this just pops open like that. Slide it back, You see all that dust there? You're not using any liquid. You're not using anything other than maybe a vacuum, a little shop vac, and get yourself, cans of air work, but a can of air is going to cost you 10 bucks. It runs out, another 10 bucks. So I ended up just buying a air compressor for about 150. That's 15 cans of air, and trust me, you go through cans of air pretty quickly. This compressor can also fill up my tires, so why not have something that's worth a little bit more money that's going to get the job done. So now let's go clean this off. And then after you, blow it out and get all the dust out, you put it back together. You want to retest it. And don't use too much pressure because you don't want to damage any of the, that pressure from the air to damage anything. So just enough air to dislodge the dust from the unit. And now this is fully cleaned. We'll clean the front, take off the sticker, and list this puppy for $100. And I'll take 80 cash if someone wants to do a local pickup. And I picked it up simply because there are actual sold prices, sold comps on eBay for, I would say, anywhere from $75 to $100 plus shipping for this Pioneer receiver, simply because of its power. It's a 600 watt.
But it's going to be hard to beat that Yamaha.
A lot of the stuff you're going to see on the shelving is going to be mid-grade to low-grade, 200 watt, just absolutely not even worth picking up kind of stuff unless you're doing your own audio setup at home. And the reason why these are resurging and have that kind of price value is people are going back to the DVD players, back to the VHS, and they want their old setups that they used to have in the 90s. So with regards to electronics, I would say my hit rate for these type of things is about 10 to 15% of the time I go into Goodwills will I find something worthy of bringing home, cleaning up, and then listing for sale. The other bullet point that I want to stress is if you find something that is ridiculously valuable, please learn everything there is to know about it, because buyers will come at you. They will pick at you. They will try to make you feel and doubt yourself to such a point that you're willing to let it go for a rock bottom price. But if you completely understand what you're selling, then you can stick to your guns and get that price, which happened to me with that receiver that I sold for $500. I had guys coming to me telling me this was missing, or that wasn't right, or this wasn't right, and I simply stood my ground and said, no, that's not true. I ended up selling it for the $500. It got delivered, and everything's been hunky-dory. And I would say that sale was probably about the time we went to the Vegas. So that was probably around 2 years ago.
We went to the Vegas.
We went to the Vegas. This guy went to the Vegas. But that just goes to show you, this one stack I've only found it once in 3 years. I thought I found it again for a second time, but I tested it out and I took it back, guys. So you got to know how to test these things too. Check all the buttons, make all the knobs are there, make sure that they function. There is a lot of work to this, and YouTube is a great source of information. So if you want to get into vintage electronics, all you have to do is just YouTube search that unit. And there's some audiophile out there who's going to explain it up and down so that you can learn. So I do want to also add here at this part, the other units, I sold everything singularly. I sold the receiver by itself. I sold the processor by itself. I sold the power supply by itself. Each unit was sold to a different person on different platforms. And this happened 2 years ago, where I'm starting to formulate the YouTube channel and how to, gather information and display it. So I would say total sales was over or close to $900. And with fees and such, I've dropped it to $700. So in fact, I did sell all of those units without issue. None of them were ever returned. Everything was delivered. After everything was said and done, that $42 turned into a $700 paycheck. Let's stop boring you with the guy stuff. And
what are you talking about? I got paid in electronics today.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Dude, are you gonna give me a pat on the back or what?
Yeah. No remote, but remotes can easily be purchased on eBay.
She's gonna look for it too.
Yeah. Those units can go for anywhere from $50 to $100 or more, depending on condition. And the one I got from the flea market, the white one with the 2 remotes, because it has a TV and VHS or VCR remote. It also has an AM/FM remote apart from that remote. So 2 remotes, one for the radio built into this Panasonic, and that is about a $200 to $250 unit because of color and all the other things that it does and has with it. Now that we have all that. All right, lady, get to your Legos, because we are going to be doing a Lego build here. And if
All right, so
I haven't decided whether we're going to do the Goonies first or...
I've already decided.
Okay.
We're building the Goonies set first.
When does it get in?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
So, this is my haul from the end of October, beginning of November, and the purpose was for this GWP that became available October 28th, and I had to make sure I got it because previously they were selling this just at the DisneyStore.com, and you would have to spend $200 through the Disney Store. So luckily, Lego did release this as a Lego GWP through the Lego.com website. So I had to pick this one up because you can get the Toy Story screen, the original like commercial type screen, and then the Lion King screen on this cute little TV. I had to get my new Brickheads Harry Potter that released. And Santa Claus in minifig scale.
That's a giant Santa.
As they say, upscaled Santa.
Are you building that one?
Yeah.
All right.
All of those will be built.
You know he's not real, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Even though if you tell the little version of myself
then you're okay.
that could have swore she saw the sleigh when she was a little girl out of her bedroom window, I still want to know what trick my parents played on me for that one. But
while she's popping that open, plush pickup from Goodwill, a Disney plush, Peter Pan. What I really want to say is thank you to Goodwill, because instead of putting the sticker onto the tag, they actually created their own tag and put the sticker on the separate tag, which means they don't screw up the tag and this stays a collectible. So congratulations to Goodwill. Speaking of congratulations to Goodwill, I went in recently and I didn't find anything, so the lady who was putting stuff in said, hey, go check out the go back cart. I think there's something you might like. I don't know who this lady is. I don't know if she recognizes me. All she knew, I think she just saw me as a reseller and just offered this information. So I went and checked the go back carts, and this is what happened. So one of the employees told me, hey, go look at the take back cart. There was a West Coast chopper in box, and I said, okay, I'll go check it out, as I was just checking the carts. So this is what it is right here, West Coast Choppers Diablo Softail, and I'm just checking to make sure there's no damage. I don't think it's ever come out of the box. It's pretty sweet looking. They only want $40, so I'll get 20% off. I've seen some comps for like $200 to $300. So as long as I can make sure that, so the tape is still there. The tape is still on the box there, so I don't think it's been out. It's a Jesse James West Coast chopper, so I think I'll grab it. Oh boy.
okay, Bricklink order came in, and I got my popcorn wagon. I think that's what they call this one. Yep, popcorn wagon. And I think this will look good in my little modular city. So that's why we bought him.
Now originally we were gonna build the Adventure in Transylvania haunted house. Actually,
It just says
it's not even a haunted house.
Just Adventure in Transylvania.
It's just a Transylvania inspired type structure. It's got a castle theme to it.
So you can see all the stuff on the back there. He wanted to build this first, but video games.
I think you can still get this, by the way.
No, you can't.
It's finally sold out. Because they upped this from like what? They upped this from like 10,000 to 50,000.
Yeah, no, this was pre-ordered a while back. You could only get it through a certain amount of days. So yeah, no, you can't get this anymore unless someone's reselling it. Okay. There's no currently active Bricklink things you can order. So this is
this will be a future build at some point.
Yeah, because we got to figure out how big it is and then where it's going to go.
Yeah.
But because I already know Goonies, Walsh Attic, Goonies ship, where it's going, what, you know, that's going to be built first for sure.
Now check out this puppy right here. $31 for this. It is die cast. This probably weighs about 6 to 7 pounds. It's
really?
a 1/5 scale. You want to?
Yeah. Could I?
Yeah.
Could I? Oh. Yeah, actually.
That's when I called her, she's like, "What do you want that for?" Nah. And then when I brought it home, she's like, "Oh my God, that's huge!" And now it's heavy. And I'm like, "Oh no shit!" When I call you and I say, "Hey, I want to buy something," it's not some ticky tack piece of shit.
Okay,
I know what I'm talking about.
Can I explain? We've got to hold on to this, and so that means it's not going to be a tax write-off because we got to hold on to it until the next toy show.
Might have it sold to a friend. All right, we reached that point in the show where I say.
And this is what's sold.
Thank you. All right, we sold some more Sports Illustrated. Somebody sent me an early offer for $70, which was $50 off. And something in my stomach just said this wasn't right. And so I thought maybe they would counter. They never did. But just got an offer of $100 from $120, and I accepted it. All right, here it is. It's the Larry Bird lot, and this is his first appearance, Indiana State. It was in decent condition. It is coming off the staples a little bit. And then this was a homage. Yeah, I just threw in. So there's two, you know, another Indiana State, early 80s, 4, you know, he becomes a legend, 80s, 6, Coach Larry Bird, kind of, you know, his career in Sports Illustrated. And this bundle went out for $100.33 plus shipping on eBay. All right, we sold another G.I. Joe figure. I got 2 cases of complete ones, and we are looking for airtight, and this is him. There he is. Took an offer of like 5% off, $20, so $17.99 plus shipping on eBay. All right, so we sold a plush on a Friday night. Someone got paid, and there he is. Sometimes I put these, all wrap them up, and then I forget what's inside, so I have to rip them open like a dummy. So yeah. This is Kevin from the movie Up, and the reason why I picked him up is he has his tag. So Kevin with tag sold for $47.49 on eBay plus shipping. Disney Plush can go for good money, guys. All right, we sold some G.I. Joe figures, but I have to find them. One guy bought 2 figures, so I will be back. All right, there's the first one. He's Lifeline, Doc, complete, and, or no, he's just Doc, sorry, and $12 on eBay, but he bought a, you know, bigger figure, so I gave him a deal on this one. So that's the first one. And here's the second one. This guy is called Lifeline. Let's see, code name. What's his code name? Yep, Lifeline. A 30-year anniversary. So this guy bought like the medics of G.I. Joe, and this one had the card with it too. Complete. I was asking 60 and he offered 50. So these 2 G.I. Joe action figures going out the door for $62 plus shipping on eBay. All right, guys. So on this G.I. Joe purchase, he bought 2 figures going to the same buyer 2 different transactions. So I got both figures in here for the same, for one shipping cost only. So I'm about to refund him the second shipping cost. So always think about bundling items, because he got 2 items for the price of 1 shipping cost. And all you have to do is just go down to the next item you have to ship and add this tracking label. I'm not going to show you his name, but you add this tracking label to that item, and now these are bundled according to eBay and will show delivered. Good morning. Okay, so I found these in a bag. It's a Cars Lightning McQueen die cast and a toothbrush. And I found these in a bag at Goodwill, and I was like, well, let's see if I can get anything for these. And I did. $15 plus shipping on eBay. All right, no way. Sold another G.I. Joe. It is complete, no card. So this came like in the Defensive Cobra pack. $22.49 plus shipping. And on eBay, out the door. All right, we got more G.I. Joe going out. These are the incomplete. I just paired up a couple of the foil Cobra Troopers here for $15 plus shipping on eBay. Just starting to get into the nitty-gritty where I'm just blotting stuff up. And I've been in the pure profit from like the very first one I sold. So this is $15 of pure profit. All the ones that I bundled last week together have now finally sold. Bundles, in the $15 to $20 range have seemed to work for the incomplete ones. So $20 on Whatnot too, static sale plus shipping. Well, we only have a couple left. Here we go. There it is. USS Landry. And with the magazine, $15 on Facebook Marketplace. Sorry, this is the ECS Horizon plus magazine for $15 on Facebook Marketplace. And we sold this guy right here. Steel Brigade Delta 30th anniversary complete. And I basically sent him an offer and he paid $34.99 plus shipping. All right, I sold some comic books and I found them before, so we wouldn't waste any time. Hi guys. Sensational She-Hulk 26. This is the 20 lot. 28. These are bagged but not boarded. 25. So you see there's a little spine roll. Just 27. There's the 20. Pretty cool covers. Like, I have to say, Sensational She-Hulk covers were pretty cool, but I just have no interest in the Hulk or She-Hulk or, that kind of stuff. But you can see why he bought them, right? She has, Ghostbuster down. She's part of that booby book sensation of the 90s. And this went out. These 6 issues sold for $40.49 plus shipping on eBay. All right, we have somebody from OfferUp coming to pick up Hot Wheels cars, and he's picking up this pack of cars for $25. He wanted only one of them, but he said, hey, you have such a good price on all of them, I will just pick up all of them for $25, and he's on his way over right now. All right, we sold a book. Hey, look, and I don't have very far to look. Of course, I put all the Conan in one tub. Gotten some interest. People want, hey, can I have this book out of this lot, this book out of that lot? And I was like, no, I don't do split listings. I'm sorry. If I was smart and sometimes not as overwhelmed, yes, I would have listed each one of these books singularly because everybody already has. But, the way you do that is you buy the whole lot and you have friends and you just sell to your friends the stuff that you have, or you can upgrade to a better copy. And this one sold, had it for $9.99, sold it for $7, and it has a newer one plus shipping on eBay. All right, we sold our second Laserdisc in a week. The day after Beyond Imagining. So there's a day after tomorrow, and this is like a rare sequel. Full price $39.99 plus shipping on eBay. This is gonna be an easy find. Ta-da! Right there, guys. Michael Crichton, The Lost World, $25 on Etsy. So even with clear bins, this is the process to find one little guy. And it was after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 7th bin I look in. I just sold this on Etsy. And I put a bag over his head to protect the tags so these tags don't get ripped off. There's another example, but I sold this guy on Etsy. So enjoy and take care of the Scoobies, because these are all in my collection and I just don't have room for every Scooby-Doo plush in the world. So enjoy.
It's like we've been doing this for a second. We've almost got it down.
Almost. Thank you guys for joining us. Thanks to all the new subscribers. Thanks for sticking around.
Tune in next week to watch us build the Goonies ship and the Walsh attic.
Yes.
And like, comment, subscribe, and go back and watch our Goonies vacation, because these are real Goonies fans building the Goonies ship.
Yeah.
Next week. So go back and check out that video.
Look at
from
this
our
redneck Goonies tattoo.
From the 40th anniversary trip we took.
It's my only tattoo. Boy, am I white.
Boy, is that a tan line, I was going to say.
Oh boy. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.